Hello YouTube fam, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Tina and I make videos on lifestyle, home, and DIY projects every single week. First of all, I just want to say thank you so much for all the love on the closet makeover. I seriously am so overwhelmed with all of your kind comments and I'm so glad that you guys like that makeover. It has definitely encouraged me to tackle the rest of the closets in the house because our clothes are still on the floor because we have no curtain rods. But for today's video, I thought it'd be fun to flip a piece of furniture. This is something that I've always wanted to do. I've been watching a ton of furniture flipping videos, so today I'm going to try my hand at it and show you guys how it goes. I also want to thank Luisa for sponsoring today's video. You guys know that I love their jewelry. I pretty much wear it every single day. So I'm excited to show you my latest pieces as well as the big sale that they're having right now. And before we get into it, don't forget to like and subscribe down below if you haven't already. And let me show you guys what my game plan is. So I was trying to find the right piece for this project and I started off at the thrift store. I literally didn't find anything that would work. So instead I hopped onto Facebook Marketplace and that way I can put in all the different criterias. I really wanted to find a piece that was under $50 and that would be solid wood. And I wanted to find something that would be a little bit smaller. So I was looking for nightstands or small dressers and things like that. I messaged a bunch of sellers and one got back to me and it was the one that I actually wanted the most. I could tell that this piece had a little bit of damage, so I was able to haggle it down to $30, which is amazing, especially for a solid wood piece. And when buying a secondhand solid wood piece, you just have a lot more options. So you can stain it, you can strip off the paint, and I wanted some flexibility of what I could do to it. So without blabbing on anymore, I'm gonna take you guys downstairs and show you guys the piece. So here she is. I think this is such a great size for a piece of furniture like this. It is a really cool little dresser nightstand situation here, even though it is really beat up. There's even like a crack over here, but you know what? That's okay. This still functions great. And actually, when I opened it, it's crate and barrel. So that means that this is good quality. It has lasted a really long time. And now we're gonna give it a new life. I'm very excited for these. So the first thing I'm gonna do is actually clean this because as you can tell, it's pretty gross. And then I'm definitely going to prime this, especially with that crack on the side. I think it's gonna be best if we just paint it and that way it's a little bit more concealed. And then I have to figure out the rest of the game plan after that. Oh my god, you guys, this thing definitely needed a good scrubbing. And then after that, I just removed the drawers because I actually plan to strip the paint off of those and only paint the body. So you can see that these legs come at an angle right now, but I'm gonna go ahead and actually square it off. That way it looks a little bit more modern. And I'm just gonna go right at that edge right there. And you can't see anything. Okay, better. So now we have a nice 90-degree angle right here, and I'm just gonna use my multi-tool and cut out this little triangle piece. Since this is quite a small cut, I used my multi-tool here to get it as precise as I could. Plus the blade on this makes it so easy just to cut a straight line since it just oscillates back and forth. And with a steady hand, you can cut it off with no issues. And if you don't have one of these, you could also just use a jigsaw and that will work fine as well. I felt like the angled legs before looked a little bit too mid-century modern for the piece, so squaring it out is a great way to modernize it without taking away from the style. Okay, this isn't perfect, but I can patch that up a little bit and you can definitely see the difference between the two legs. It's looking really good. That was so much easier. Both legs are cut out and they're looking good, and what we can do now is just to sand it to make sure that it is perfect and smooth. And I realized that on the sides here, there is double the layer because of that beadboard layer here. I'll show you on this leg because it looks a little bit better, but you could see there's 2 layers of wood here, which I think would be fine if I cut through this side and this side. But there is a screw right where I would cut that line. I don't think it's really that big of a deal, so I'm going to leave it. And even if I look over here like this, that looks fine to me. So we'll leave it as is and work with what we got. I just don't want to make more work than we need to do. So I'm gonna sand this and then prime. I lightly sanded the rest of the dresser, and for some of the chips in the paint, I went ahead and just sanded it down so that the edges would be a lot smoother, and this is also going to make it look a lot less noticeable, especially after we paint it. With a brush, I applied the primer into the grooves of the beadboard and also into the other details that you'll see in the corners. Then with the foam roller, I covered the rest of the surface to get it nice and even, and after this coat, I ended up doing one more coat just to cover a few dark spots that were still showing through. Using a primer is going to help the paint adhere better, and it also blocks stains and gives a mildew-resistant finish, making our paint job last as long as possible. Before we move on, I wanted to share my latest package from Luisa. I'm so excited for these pieces, and they always come with minimal packaging but still beautiful. As always, they come in these beautiful pouches, which I love to use to store the items as well as travel with them. The first item is this beautiful dainty bracelet. I've really been wanting to wear more bracelets, so this is the perfect one to add to my collection. Oh, what's in this one? It's so beautiful. Okay, this I actually got as a gift. I won't say for who because I don't want to spoil it, but it is one of their horoscope necklaces, and these are seriously so beautiful. I love the rectangle shape. You guys have been seeing me wear this one quite a lot, so I thought that I would gift this one, and their pieces always make such a great gift, so I love these. I'm gonna put it back inside. And the last piece I got is actually this cute little ear cuff. I've been really thinking about getting some other piercings on my ears, but I have not committed yet, so this is gonna be the perfect little addition. Oh my god, how cute is that? I'm so happy with all my pieces, and if you've been eyeing anything from Luisa, they're actually running their Valentine's Day sale right now, which is buy one, get one 40% off. I'll have all that info down below. What I really love about them is that everything is priced fairly, and they do not have a luxury markup, so their pieces actually start at $39, and with the sale you can get even more savings. I love shopping from them because I know that everything is ethically sourced and produced, and they're also 100% carbon and water neutral, so just all around a really beautiful brand that I love to support, and I'm so happy that I get to partner with them again for this video. So if you're interested, be sure to check out their sale. I have all that info down below, and now let's get back into the projects. Okay, so I'm headed to Home Depot right now. I still need a bunch of supplies, even though I feel like my house has a lot of DIY supplies. I've basically been going to Home Depot like once a week. I think it's become my new target. Like, I go there for things that I need, and then I come back with a lot of things that I don't need as well, so I'm sure that's gonna happen today. But on my list is paint stripper, which is actually going to be my first time using a paint stripper, so I hope it goes well. I also need some paint, some spray paint. Oh, salt. I need to buy salt for the snow because we have not been salting it and it's been getting really icy, so that has to be bought today. Desperately. I'm going in alone today, so hopefully I get a lot of footage. Usually when I go with Brian, I don't care if we're filming, but when I'm by myself, I get a little bit more shy, so I will do my best, and I'll see you guys inside. There's like no carts. It must be busy today.
Ramsey 077, please. Ramsey 0.
So this is the paint stripper that I grabbed, and it says that it will take off oil-based paint as well as latex, varnish, lacquer, polyurethane, shellac. So I'm really hoping that it's going to be able to strip this type of paint. I'm actually not 100% sure if this is gonna work or not, but I'm going to put it on and then put plastic wrap on top. I'll check on it in a few hours, but most likely I'll probably leave it overnight and then see what we get. So the instructions say to use a paintbrush to apply the stripper, and I just spread it across the entire surface, and since this is a gel product, I felt like it was really easy to control and to get into all the grooves of the drawer fronts. I specifically chose this one because I saw a bunch of videos on it, and it's also biodegradable, and it does have a slight citrus smell, so there are no harsh fumes. So it's safe enough to use inside. Just make sure to cover your work area, and also wear a mask, eye protection, and nitrile gloves since the stripper will dissolve latex ones. Once I got a nice thick coat on there, I put plastic wrap right on top to prevent it from drying out since we're gonna let it sit for quite some time. This claims to work after 30 minutes, but I'm gonna let it sit longer overnight, but make sure you do not leave it past 24 hours. And since we're just doing 2 drawers, this should be manageable to strip quickly. But one tip I did learn was to strip in sections. So if you plan on doing a large piece of furniture, make sure to apply it on a section at a time, since this process does take quite a while and you may not be able to strip the entire thing in one sitting. Okay, I think it's working. I'm already seeing a little bit of lifting and bubbling happening, so fingers crossed that this works. I'm gonna let it sit for about an hour and then I'll come back to it. Let's see if anything happened. Okay, I'm just using a popsicle stick just to... Oh yeah, it's working. But it has only been an hour, so I'm gonna let this sit overnight. And then tomorrow, I think it should be good to go. Good morning, guys. Oh, okay, that was not good. Anyways, it is stripping day and I have high hopes based on what we saw last night. So here it is. Really doesn't look any different than where I left it. I'm using a plastic putty knife to start and we're just gonna start stripping. Wow. Okay, the wood is looking really nice underneath, but I'm gonna go ahead and do one more layer of the stripper and I'll just leave it on for maybe half an hour and that way we can get a lot of this white residue off. But so far, it's looking good. After about an hour, it was ready to be cleaned, so I'm using mineral spirits and with some steel wool, I'm just going to buff that back and forth and you're really gonna see what a difference this makes in getting all of that paint off and revealing the beautiful wood grain underneath. I envisioned my piece to have a two-toned look, so the body is going to be painted with a solid color and then the drawers are going to have that wood, and I think this is really going to elevate the piece and give it a custom look. After trying this out and seeing how well it worked, I did Google what mineral spirits actually was, and I learned that it's basically a petroleum-derived paint thinner and it's usually used for cleaning paint or waxy film off of things. If you have any smaller corners or more ornate details on the furniture piece like I do, you can use a brass wire brush like this one to really get in all of the nooks and crannies and scrub it all off. I grabbed this really teeny tiny one, but you can find one that's a little bit larger for bigger areas, and I think this tool just makes the process so much faster and was also very inexpensive to get as well. Oh my god, I am so wowed by this. Like, look at how good this looks. I've watched a lot of paint stripping videos before, but doing it myself and just seeing it in person is just so satisfying, and I'm really loving the wood tone, so I might not even need to stain this. You do want to let this dry, so I'm gonna let this sit out. I'm gonna go and paint, and then the drawer is gonna be almost done. Okay, honestly, this already looks so much better with just one coat of primer, so I think I'm just gonna leave it. Just kidding. I definitely bought a paint color for this and I was between these 3 right here. I actually took all 3 of them home because I think I want to use this for something in the future, but I ended up going with Mesa Taupe, which is kind of like a grayish brown color. I've been really loving these tones and I think it's gonna go really well with the wood as well. This is the paint that I bought for it and I got it in a satin finish so it'll be easy to clean. I started with a brush to get into all the grooves of that beadboard, but looking back now, I totally would have just used a foam brush because that would have given me a little bit better coverage without overflowing it with paint. I will definitely keep that in mind for next time, and after getting all of those details, I'm using my roller to paint the surface. I am absolutely loving this color. I think it makes the piece just look so much more expensive and really refreshes that original white color that it was before. This more purpley taupe color is not usually a color that I see in furniture pieces, but I think it is a great neutral choice, and I'm definitely into these tones right now, so it's giving me a lot of ideas for the other parts of the house. So I chose this paint because it's what we used for our kitchen cabinets previously, and it's great that you can get it in any color that you'd like. But if there are any furniture flippers out there watching and want to recommend me some paint brands, I would love to hear your recommendations because I'm totally flipping way more furniture pieces after this. So I did 2 coats of the paint, and after that dried, I did a few coats of polyurethane just to make sure that we're protecting our paint job. So it is day 3 of this furniture flip, and what I've learned so far is that it's actually not really hard to flip furniture, but it definitely takes patience because there's so much downtime and you have to wait for things to dry and coat things like a million times. But honestly, so worth it because I think this looks amazing, and I'm gonna go and grab the drawers and put it next to it and then figure out what knobs I want to put on it. I still can't get over how beautiful this wood looks. I think it goes perfectly with this color right here. On camera, it looks really gray, but it's actually a lot more purpley brown, and I'm totally obsessed with it. I think it goes really perfectly, so I don't even need to stain this. All I'm gonna do is actually put a wax on it. So if you guys have one that you prefer, let me know because I definitely need to seal this still. But there is a little bit of splotchiness, so I don't know if this just needs to dry out a little bit more, so I'll wait on that. But I'm still gonna put this all together because it is ready to go. So here are the 2 knob options that I got. I actually grabbed this one from Home Depot, and I love that little detail on there. And then this one is a style of knob that I really love. I grabbed this one from Amazon, and I think it looks super fancy. I could put the drawer inside and then put these on, but I'm kind of lazy, so I'm just putting it next to each other so we get a good idea. But I think I'm really loving this one just because it has a lot more shine. There's more contrast in the color. It's like a little bit brighter gold color, whereas this one is really a true brass. And I just think this adds the perfect amount of contrast from the wood and the paint color. So this is the winner. I'm going to go ahead and put them on. Okay, so let's take a look back at the before. It was a little bit outdated, had lots of imperfections, but tons of potential. And with the upgrades we made, it looks so stylish and also much more expensive. So here is the after. I'm so proud of this flip, and I just love how it came out. That color is just so good. Let me know your thoughts on it in the comments below, and I hope this inspires you guys to flip your own pieces of furniture and that you learn some tips and tricks. I'm already thinking about the next one to do, especially with those other knobs that I have. So if you have any requests on what furniture pieces I should flip next, let me know. And again, thank you so much to Anna Luisa for sponsoring today's video. Don't forget to check out their buy one get one 40% off sale. All the info is in the description box, and that is it from me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Stay inspired, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!